Hey everybody, Crystal Beaudry here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen. Thank you guys so much for checking me out. So in today's episode, we are going to be making a paleo approved pizza crust. Now you can make this pizza crust with any type of pizza. You could do the red sauce, the pepperoni and sausage, or you could do a breakfast pizza with it, which is what we are going to be working towards in the next few episodes. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Now with this pizza crust, we have some tapioca flour, almond flour, and coconut flour in it. It has a great texture. You guys, you're gonna love it. And it's so easy to make. In fact, I was making this episode and I had made the first pizza crust and I went upstairs to take a shower and I forgot it in the oven and it burned. So I had to whip up another one and it was so easy to do. Seriously, it just took a couple of minutes. So you're gonna love this, stay tuned. Here's all the ingredients that we are going to need for this pizza crust. Now we are going to start mixing together our dry ingredients. So we need 2/3 of a cup of some almond flour, 3/4 of a cup of tapioca flour. Now you could also use arrowroot powder if you have it. They are interchangeable. However, tapioca flour is usually a lot cheaper, which is why I use it. And then we're using some coconut flour. Now you want to divide the coconut flour. You need 6 tablespoons total. So we're going to divide it 3 and 3. And then we'll add some afterwards just to make sure that it's not too sticky. Now for our seasonings, we are going to be using 1/2 teaspoon of some garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of some onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of some salt, and about 1/2 tablespoon of some Italian seasoning or whatever seasoning you have like that. I don't have any Italian, I ran out, so I'm using oregano. Okay, so for our wet ingredients, we have 1 egg. We're going to be using some oil. So I'm doing olive oil, but you could also do avocado oil. You could do anything that you would prefer like that. I think olive oil is going to taste the best though. And then we're doing some apple cider vinegar, just 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And we're also going to be using 1/3 of a cup of water. We have my Caden boy helping us today. And okay, Caden, you can start by putting in the 2/3 of a cup of almond flour. All right, 3 tablespoons of some coconut flour. Okay, get it all. All right, and then the 3/4 of a cup of some tapioca flour. Oh, careful, boy. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna do the seasonings. I'll do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, Caden, why don't you get this ready? We need 1/2 tablespoon, so 1/2 of this.
Okay.
Of your Italian seasoning, and then I'm going to be doing the onion powder. Okay. Okay, that's good, buddy.
Dump it in?
Yep. All right, let's mix it together. Now, if you have watched our other video on pizza crust, we're going to do the same thing. So make a well in the middle, and then we will add the egg. Yep, go for it. And then we'll add the oil, 1/3 of a cup of olive oil, and 1/3 of a cup of water. Caden, you want to start mixing that together?
Yeah.
And then I am going to do the apple cider vinegar. Good job, just mix it all together. 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Okay. Now we're going to mix this together, and then once it is mixed, we are going to put it in between some, okay, I'll get the rest, in between our parchment paper and roll it out. And then we're also going to slowly add in 3 more tablespoons just so that we can make sure that we aren't getting it too dry and also that it's not too wet. All right, so I added 2 more tablespoons of some coconut flour. Now, if you have ever worked with coconut flour, you know you kind of got to give it a little bit to absorb in. Because if you add it too much too soon, it's just gonna, you could add too much. Okay, so as you can see, even that 2 other tablespoons is really making quite the difference, which is good. Okay, so I'm gonna add in the 3rd one. All right, and then Caden, you can grab us the parchment paper.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, it's not too sticky. If it is too sticky, you just want to add a little bit more coconut flour. And we are gonna roll it out on some parchment paper. Now, I like to put the parchment paper in between my waist and the counter so that it makes it not slide all over the place. You can roll it out as thick or as thin as you would like. I generally do like a 10-inch pizza pan, which works out good. Okay, flip it over.
You're doing a
Oh,
good
no.
job.
Well, thanks. Do you guys like breakfast pizza?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
You excited to make some?
I'm excited to eat it.
Mom,
What?
apple cake, garlic potato.
Yep, we're gonna go to Callie's birthday party.
Ooh,
But not yet.
Potato. We love potato.
You do like birthday parties? Okay, so I've rolled it out in a general shape. I'm gonna just make sure that that is a good size. We're not even going to transfer it off of the parchment paper because it just, seriously, it cooks so easily on the parchment paper. It makes cleanup so easy. So I always do it on the parchment paper. Now, if you want to mess with the edges, you can. You don't have to, though. I rolled it out so awesome. Yay me. Maybe I'll clean it up a little bit. You want to eat the dough? Girl, you and your eating of the dough. Now, sometimes I just leave it where it's coming over the edges because since it's on the parchment paper, it doesn't really matter. You guys can make the pizza however you want it, make it look as beautiful as possible. And then we're gonna be putting this in the oven, 450 degrees for about 10 minutes. Now, if you made it thinner than this, you might need less time. If you made it thicker than this, you might need a few more minutes, but just watch it when you wanna feel it and make sure that it basically feels done. Okay, let's put it in the oven. All right, well, I pulled this out of the oven and let it cool down a little bit. It smells great. It is firm enough for all the toppings. It's a little softer than the almond flour crust, but I also cooked it a little less. So that could have been it also. Now, don't forget to stay tuned to our future episodes where we're going to make this into a pizza, a breakfast pizza. So check that out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. Bye.